Nomad challenge for the long dark. And this is the second time I've tried to stream this, because the first one went a bit weird. So I'm in the store, I've got a sprained ankle, which I'll just rest off at some point. Let's get something to drink. Oh, I have no water, so we'll have this Summit soda, and then we shall get to sleep for a few hours, I think. We'll go with 5 hours. I think 5 hours is enough sleep. See what we have. Need to tear that down. And tear those down. Gonna have to go outside and get some water though. Oh, that's right. Got my deer hide. Drop that down here. And we'll go outside and get a fire going, get some water boiled.
Oh, I would do anything for a drink right now.
And it looks like it could be success. Nice, okay. Oh, there's some reclaimed wood here, because I dumped the knives, forgot about that. For a big old 2 litres. And that should be enough to sustain us for a little while. Well, they're both worn. Repair this and then have something to eat. Okay. Minutes. Cold already. Oh well. It's 27 minutes, but I'm probably not going to get much benefit from it. I might just go to sleep for a few hours. Sort out my pack. Man, my clothing really does weigh me down. Probably should put some of these cans away. really much I can do. In terms of dropping weight, which you can probably see what I'm trying to do is drop some weight, but it really does seem to all come down to clothing more than anything. Just at the threshold. Okay. Let's see how long I've got left. Where are we? Rural store 1.6. So over halfway. Oh no, I don't need to do that, do I? I can just do it on the bedroll. So we'll try passing the time. A few hours. There we go, it's eased off. Let's have a look. Hopefully it's going to be quite clear. Okay, well it sounded like it had calmed down a bit, but maybe not. No charcoal.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Okay, let's try waiting again. What? I don't know what's going on. It sounds like I'm definitely hearing it sound like the wind has died down, but the moment I step outside, doesn't seem to be the case. Well, if that's how it's going to be, then I might as well just stay indoors and pass the time. Make it count towards my overall total. And then we'll sleep. Okay. We'll top our water up before we head off.
Man, I'm not sure I can carry much more. Come on, little fire.
We've probably done about just under 2 days at this location. I think I've completed the barn. I know I've been there, but I can't remember if I completed it.
Wait, that didn't work.
Oh, come on.
Come on, little fire. Come on. That didn't work.
I have to use a book instead. A little bit annoying. Oh, I just wanted to melt some water. And we'll go with 1.5 litres.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay. So up here is going to be our mine. And oh yeah, I remember there's not really anything me here. What is back? I don't think there'll be much here as well. Just the halls there. I wonder how long before I get a sprain. So, I'm wondering, obviously, I've got a lot of stuff still at the barn. Got some pelts, got that bear skin. I don't know whether it's worth risking trying to take on another bear. That's how I met my demise in the previous play of this challenge, so... I'm not going to be able to get up over there from here. Gently down the hill. That's a deer carcass too. Have I already broken an arrow? I would definitely take that hide. Too bothered about the gut, because after getting that bear, I've got gut coming out my arse. And a cave, which I did not know existed, so I don't know if there's anything in here. I don't know if things do inhabit the caves or not. So far I haven't found anything actually in one, but doesn't mean anything, does it? I think I've been here on a previous playthrough, because I remember that it was pretty much all the same stuff.
This will come in handy.
87. That's got to be better than in better condition than my current one, isn't it? Oh, it's still at the store. Okay. Few items there. I'm glad I got that deer hide. I think that's probably the... could possibly be the third one now. Can't remember if I've got a deer hide curing at the barn. God, I'm gonna break my bloody ankle going down this. Is that a deer? Oh, worth trying to take a shot. Don't know if there's bullet drop. Nah. Okay. Oh, right, okay. I'm going to be heading towards that little frozen pond. I really want to know if I can get up into there. There's quite a lot of the map that is inaccessible if not. I really want to... I say it every time. I really want to make sure that I hit all the locations here. Because I am doing this. I mean, this is the third playthrough of this area, but I'm pretty new to a lot of the areas that I've probably got to go to, so I want to just make doubly sure there's no locations here that I'm going to miss for the challenge. And I don't want anyone to tell me either. I want to keep it blind, because that's where the fun lies, isn't it? Exploring. Okay, that looks like some kind of road. Yes, it is. So I'm going to oh, it says gently as he falls half a foot. Get on this road. Benches? Can't quite tell from here. Yeah. Oh, yes. Have the hatchet. Brilliant. Finally got the hatchet. Now I really want to find... I need to make a bow. I really need to make arrowheads as well. Yes, it's probably pointless me even trying for the bow because I I have no idea where a forge. I've never seen one. I don't know where a forge would be. At least I can get some wood from limbs. Nice. Let's push forward from this picnic spot. Typical, he would be coming back this way. Okay, let's see if we can go around. Don't really want to waste my bullets on him now. Keep a flare handy instead. Survey this area. Gonna make a little dent into it. What was that actually? Birch. What's birch used for? Chop some. Okay. Another deer, I think, over there. Might try and have a crack at this one, as it is quite close to the store. Area survey. No, I've probably already done most of this bit here. Where did you go, my dear? You are. I don't even know if that was a hit. Hard to tell. Yep, got a hit. What a hit. Come back here. Does he bleed out eventually or not? She, rather. I'm still bleeding. I want you to come down here. Come on. Still bleeding. Don't hear it anymore. Oh no, there it. Oh, oh, oh. Out your way. Are you seriously never going to bleed out? Or does it just take hours? Have something to eat. I'm not hearing him now, or seeing him. Okay, they're not bleeding as much. Or are they? I don't know if that's a thing or not. Gotcha. There you are. Well, you took a long old while. Do you know what we'll do? Well, it's a quarter, really. What have you got? Probably not going to be able to carry too much. We'll try and carry it all.
I'm gonna be able to carry it.
It's very slow.
Longer.
Okay then. Should be hitting the road at some point. Just in case there's any wolves. Although I have no idea whether a flare will scare them off. If I have loads of meat, that is. must be getting close now. Okay, that was all. Harvest some of this meat. Cook it up.
Soon I'm gonna faint. Come on, little fire. Why didn't that work?
Yeah, why didn't that work? Oh, I can't wait to upgrade my fire making skills. It makes such a difference.
Perfect.
Get this cardboard box with some tinder.
The sun is setting. It'll get a lot colder soon. Man, I'm too tired to think straight.
Should be me done for the this night at least. Okay, let's check on the old challenge, see how we're doing. 2.9. So, pretty much done here. Pardon me. Actually, I'll drop all those outside. Got it? Okay, I might... Let's head over to the... No, let's not head over to the barn just yet. I'll wait until my deer hide is done before I head over to the barn. Okay. Falls is this. Doesn't say. Right, okay. Thought it might trigger a location name, but it did not. Now, I know the coal mine is up over there-ish. Quite high up. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be the last location. Between this playthrough and the last playthrough, I think I've covered most of the map.
Nobody needs this anymore.
That's one thing I didn't do, was check the bedrolls.
Best be prepared for anything.
Yes, this is a good game. I love it. It's on sale right now for those that don't have it, and I highly recommend it. It's worth. I think I paid it's probably about 25-30 quid. It came out for the PlayStation. I know it's been out on PC and Xbox. Actually, no, we'll just kick a flare. Not waste bullets on this guy. I might just chuck the flare and get out of here. Missed. Fuck. Have some of that then. I'm from England, from United Kingdom, Britain, southern England actually. I could go and get another wolf pelt thinking about it, but I really can't be bothered to pursue him. Spend all my time pursuing creatures I kill. Do want to get another little survey here. Are you from the US? Whereabouts? It's a big place. Okay, so I'm back roughly near those falls. Is this the top of... I think this is, isn't it? That's the top of this particular falls. Right, upper falls. Okay. I just had to come here to get it named. What system? This is a PS4 Pro. Cave? It is. No, I don't have an Xbox. I don't have a Switch, I don't have an Xbox, and I don't have a gaming PC.
I'll take it.
I would probably have an Xbox One X if I could afford it to begin with. But I think it's a bit too late in the generation for me to be getting a console that is... I mean, I know it's very powerful, but it's still this current generation, so I'd rather wait a couple of years, hopefully, when the next generation. And I'm going to see, because I did have an Xbox 360, and after Microsoft kind of stuck their fingers up to everyone with the announcement of the Xbox One X, I got rid of it and sold all my games, and I got a PlayStation, PS3, just so that I could kind of get used to the controls, because going from the Xbox controller to the PlayStation controller, yeah, the Xbox controller's far more comfortable. I don't care what anyone says. But I've invested a lot of money and time into PlayStation, so I'm probably going to stick with them now. That, you know, if they try and do something shitty, then I'll go elsewhere. I'll go back to Microsoft, or, well, I don't think I'll go Nintendo anymore. How hard is it to kill a bear? I have killed a bear. I've killed 2 bears, but then I've killed a bear by hitting it twice with a rifle. So once I hit it in the torso, the second time I hit it square on front and centre in the head, because it was kind of coming towards me. But previously, I'd had a bear that I'd shot probably 3 times and still not killed it. And he savaged me, and I thought it was better if I walked away. So I really can't help you there. It seems to be if you can get a headshot on them, and it has to be a good clean headshot, then you'll probably take it out in 1 hit, 2 hits. But you will scare them away if you shoot them and hit them in the torso. They will either I think there's a random chance of fight or flight, so they'll either charge at you or they will just run off. And they will bleed out, as someone told me. They will bleed out, just like when earlier on I shot a deer, and it took about 5 minutes real time to bleed out. But in game, that was a good hour and a half, 2 hours before it finally succumbed. Yeah, bears are tough. Bears are tough. Generally you will survive a bear encounter. You might even survive 2, but you won't survive several in quick succession, which has happened to me. I came across a bear, I shot it or tried to kill it. It mauled me. It then ran off after walked off after mauling me. I patched myself up and immediately got my rifle out to try and kill him. But he mauled me again, and that's when I thought, right, okay, I can't do it. And I got out of there as best as I could. Then I came across a bear that I went to sleep outside. This is my last playthrough doing this challenge. Went to sleep outside, and a bear woke me up in my sleep and just started to eat my face. And I tried patching myself up, and it came back to me because I started shooting at it because it was in the area, and if I didn't do something, he was going to come back anyway. So I thought I'll go on the offensive, and he mauled me again and put me in such a bad state that I eventually bled out and died. Because I didn't know I could craft bandages. So, always make sure you got bandages. Right, I want to see what stats this bedroll has. $66, yeah. Yeah, we'll get rid of that one. Right, to make the map, what you do is you need to have a fire, or a fire barrel, or a fireplace. Anything that's had wood burning in it. And you... okay, I need a drink. So I'm gonna... I'll sort myself out, and then I'll talk you through it. So there's a fire barrel just round the corner of this building here. And this is something that's on the map. It's not something that I've made. I could make a fire, but I don't need to. I've got a fire barrel. So that's right here. So if I was to take this reclaimed wood that I've put there, and for the purposes of this, I'll get a guaranteed fire going. And I put some reclaimed wood on it, so if I put 1 or 2 pieces on it, there'll be a couple of charcoal pieces. If I put loads of wood on it and have a fire burning for about 5 or 6 hours, there'll be 10 or 15 charcoal pieces. And what you do is you wait until the fire's burnt out. So if we waited for an hour, okay, the fire is now burnt out. Oh, okay. There's no charcoal there. Usually down in the bottom it will say take charcoal. So I probably didn't burn enough wood. And to get to it, you need to equip it. Use the quick menu. If you've got Xbox, I should imagine it'll be mapped to the same L1. And then you go to navigation, which is down at the bottom. Press X on PlayStation. I think that's A on Xbox, and you'll see it up at the top there, charcoal. Equip it, and you'll see there it says to survey the local area. But you need to have good visibility. You can't do it at night, and you can't do it in a blizzard. I could probably do it in snow, like this here. But if I can't see more than 10 feet in front of me, the chances are that I will not be able to map out an area. And it's line of sight as well, so if I'm here next to this rock and I try to survey in front of me, of course my character can't see behind this rock, so they don't map it out. And that's it, that's all you do. You just do this. And it uses 1 charcoal piece, and it puts the cursor as to where I am, which is here, and it's mapped. Although I've probably mapped this area before, it will map a circle around me. I mean, it is forgiving, like this rock here, okay, I can't see behind it exactly, but the game's forgiving. It's big rocks, so like that huge rock there, any big structures, you won't be able to survey. Yeah, it took me a while to work out how to map an area. Okay, let's see how our pelts are doing and deer hide. Okay, still Still a ways off yet. Okay, they're still in good condition. Plop me me nice fresh new bedroll. Gives a small bonus. So yeah, I would call myself and I think I put it in the title, as a semi-noob. So I know enough to survive, but I don't know every little last detail. I'm still figuring things out, which I like. I like doing. I like figuring things out and working out the game systems. Okay, I do need some more food. Might as well sharpen the blades just to pass the time a bit. Okay. I did reload that. Just thought for a second I didn't. $11 bits of cloth, that's something I can do. Okay. They took a bit of a beating when the wolf got me. Losing light soon. Ah, that's just okay. Okay, so this is something I've just learnt. It makes sense for me to repair my skinned stuff. So my rabbit skin mittens that I made, I'm gonna need more rabbit pelt. Okay. Makes sense.
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Okay. That's enough for that one then. You can keep them on, but it's not going to benefit you at all because you're putting on frozen clothing. So as far as I'm aware, the only way to warm them up would be to spend some time in an area above freezing. So if you check the air temperature, so for me it feels like 17 degrees because I've got lots of clothing on, but the actual air temperature is -5. So I think if I had clothing in here that was frozen, it probably wouldn't unfreeze. It would dry, but it wouldn't unfreeze, I don't think. So if it was wet, it would dry. And that doesn't make sense. But basically, be near a fire. Be somewhere warm. The best place is by a fire, and it will unfreeze quite rapidly. And the way it gets frozen is, so if my clothes can be frozen. So for example, these work pants, if you look at their stats, it's only got a 10% resistance to wetness. So they get wet quite easily, which then also means that when the temperature drops, if they're wet enough, they will freeze. Yeah, you can drop them next to a fire. Just put them. You can drop them down and leave them somewhere warm, or you can wear them and stand next to the fire. That'll work too. I think it's time for me to go and eat some more deer. Actually, we'll just take it with us first. You can eat raw meat, as far as I'm aware. If it's not frozen, I think you can eat raw meat. I've never done. I don't think I might have done by accident way back when I first played it. But there's usually enough cans and other food around for you to, to eat without needing to resort to raw meat.
Come on, little fire. Come on.
Success. Oh, actually, I will melt the snow. Yeah, a bit. Most of it is just finding it, finding your way through it, which is, I suppose, part of it. I've tried not to. It's one of these games that I've just not Googled. I've tried very, very hard not to find information out about it and just figure it out myself. But most of it is common sense. I want to reiterate, actually, that's not me saying, oh, you should play it this way. I mean, play it how you want. If you want to Google it, and because the game doesn't really have a tutorial as such. It has the story mode, but it gives you very little. So I understand why people would get frustrated with it. And obviously, if you're getting frustrated, then you're not enjoying the game. So I have a bit more of a tolerance to that. Let's cook this venison up. Yeah, totally agree. Some of it is hard. Or just like confusing. It's not always as straightforward as it seems. Like with the you asked about surveying an area, about how do you create a map, you know? It took me a while to figure it out because I didn't realise that I could use charcoal in that way. It was only until I found out that I could equip it and then place it in my hand, and then it came up with the option to survey the area, and that's how I figured out that I could use charcoal. But I didn't know how to get charcoal. Or make... I didn't know I could make vast quantities of it. I thought I only needed 1 or 2 pieces. So yeah, but when you think about it, it makes sense. If you want to map the area, then you need something to use to write. There's no pens in the game, there's no pencils. I don't know why there's no fucking maps on the walls of some of these houses. I have no idea. I'm pretty sure that way out here you would have a map of some sort. There could be a map, I might not have found it, I don't know. I presume there isn't, but we'll see. Okay. Let's eat this venison. That's probably going to go gamey. I don't do videos every day. I have been because it's obviously over the Christmas break, over the holidays, as we have a break here in the UK, so I've been able to stream a bit more. I've had some more free time. I don't have like a plan. I'm not a dedicated streamer. I just thought I'd stream this because it's an interesting challenge to try and attempt. I'll try and do at least an hour or 2 a day. And this game, unfortunately, when I stream, it likes to crash. When I'm not streaming, it seems to be fine, but the moment I stream, it doesn't seem to like loading and saving in rapid succession. So, unfortunately, this challenge can require a bit of doing that. As I'm in like this location here, I can rest and then pass time, rest, pass time, rest, pass time, and every time it does it, it has to save. It doesn't like it when I'm streaming. So unfortunately, I usually last for about an hour, hour and 20 minutes, sometimes 2 hours, then the game crashes, and that's usually it for me. But I do try and get at least, or I have been trying to at least stream once a day. But I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep streaming this until I do the challenge, hopefully. I mean, that could be another 100 episodes. Yeah, if you want to watch, it's fine. That's why I stream it. If I can help you, fine. I don't mind. Don't mind answering questions about the game. As long as it's about the game, I try and keep everything else to a minimum. Politics, etc. Game talk is fine. There's a lot to learn. And I'm still learning, so it's all good. Okay, I'm going to go back in here. Ooh, back in the shop. So I'm going to wait a couple of hours. Wait for the fire to burn out, and hopefully I should have some more charcoal. No, I do have enough, but... if there were zombies, now I'm a big fan of zombies, so I would enjoy it, I think, but as a separate mode. I don't think I'd want zombies in it all the time as its default setting. I think a separate mode that you could include zombies instead of wildlife would be okay. If there was zombies, I don't know whether they'd have to be the infected type, the runners. I think they'd have to be more the shamblers, because the game's quite a slow-paced, bit of a ploddy game. This. And that's the game crashed, unfortunately. So